your course or action you would take in the interest of the people. Clearly, by sending a whole military into what flushing it, very densely populated area, you're going to kill thousands and displace maybe 1 million or so. So it's very clear how the structure is coming from outside and executed within Pakistan, and this is very dangerous, not only for Pakistan, but for the stability of the whole region in the near future.
I have 2 questions left, one for each, so shall I give them a first? Right. To Dr. Roger, you suggested that neo-fundamentalism in Islam is borrowed from neo-fundamentalism in Christianity. Can you just expand on that, give examples, and why do you think it's from Christianity and not from like any other faith or tradition? And to Dr. Muhammad, you suggested that, I probably didn't get it, like, is Taliban, like, America happy with keeping Taliban as a local player? Is it part of the micromanagement process, or like, do they want to actually like take them out of control?
Answer to the third question. If one looks at the development of the Deobandi tradition in South Asia, it was largely developed in order to defend Islam against missionary critique. And in doing that, one of the things they did was to borrow the missionaries' analytical and intellectual tactics and play it back against them. Hence you get a very individualistic religion, a vision of religion, one that goes back to the text. You say, well, I will read them in any way I choose, we're against any kind of priestly hierarchy, we can do it for ourselves, and above all, a hostility to any kind of spirituality, which is what the Sufi tradition was all about. So I have good reasons for arguing this, as I have not set time to say it, to spell it out here. But what it does amount to is a politically driven form of religion. Nothing wrong with politically driven forms of religion if you want to, but how effectively are they going to generate governance out of that is something. Secondly, what happens is spiritual dimensions of religion get lost, and therefore, amongst other things, we find the Taliban blowing up Sufi shrines of all kinds, which gains popular support. And that is what popular Islam is all about. The Taliban think it is wrong and should be suppressed.
Sorry, I don't have to speak. Can we just get on and answer the question? Thank you.
I think in the both presentation in mind, I think we've got to specify who are the Taliban. I think Dr. Ballard did a good presentation in terms of looking at it, but who actually are the Taliban? Because the Taliban are not homogeneous. Okay, there's different groupings that are known as the Taliban. So now in Pakistan, since the Afghan war, you have the Afghan Taliban, Mullah Omar and so on. And then in Pakistan, you have the TTP, the Tahrir Taliban Pakistan, whose leader is Baitullah Masood. Now for Pakistan, for decades, the Afghan Taliban have been good friends. Why? Because they kept stability and secured Pakistan interests within Afghanistan. So the Pakistan had no problem with the Afghan Taliban. The military ISI had no problem with Afghan Taliban. However, the ones that have a problem with Afghan Taliban is the American administration. The Afghan Taliban are resisting US forces within Afghanistan. So this is where the problem lies. Whereas the ones that are causing the problems are TTP, not the Afghan Taliban. And it's clear evidence to show some differences in two and different policies. So now if Pakistan has a policy, it needs to be towards the TTP and not the Afghan Taliban. Because the Afghan Taliban are not involved in the suicide bombings within Pakistan against the state, against infrastructure or anything on this line. It is the TTP. And even then, the approach to deal with TTP is not bombing squads. It's closing or cutting off their weapons supply and their finance supply. This is coming from Afghanistan, not from within Pakistan. So the Pakistan government needs to know who are its friends of the Taliban, in terms of also what is the best strategy. So at the moment, the strategy is coming from Washington, it's not coming from within Pakistan. Now this strategy from outside is completely destabilizing, fragmenting Pakistan and leaving more vision amongst the people, which is disastrous for the people of Pakistan.
Okay, that's great. Can I see more hands, please? Can we get the 2 women in the middle on either side of the hall, please? Just before you ask your question, sorry, how many people would like to answer the question? Please, everyone put your hand up. Okay, that's great. So if we can speed through these, that would be great.
Thank you. Just picking up on 2 points. Mohammed Zahid said that 75% of people in Pakistan wanted Sharia, and yourself mentioned that maybe we should allow Islam to reground itself. I assume you mentioned Sharia.
No, I didn't mean that.
Oh, okay, we didn't. Do you think there should be a differentiation between Sharia coming from the Taliban and maybe other movements across the world? Because there is a lot of different groups around the world that do want Sharia, which isn't always militant, and which is very different to maybe the Taliban type of Sharia. So it means to specifically Mohammed Zahid, do you think there should be a differentiation?
Okay, and we take the other question.
Dr. Roger Ballard, you mentioned the Taliban and women's rights, and you also mentioned the problems